big, massive shout out to La Jara Brewing Company here. I believe it qualifies as Norwalk, California, just north of me. But they've got this fun little thing they're doing where they reference movies in their brews, and this is the stunt double. Oh, the audio dribblings are back. Oh, hold on. All right, so sorry about that. What I was saying is the brewery uses references to Spaceballs in different movies. So Stunt Double literally has a picture of the stunt doubles from Spaceballs. Once you guys tell me audio, I got it. Y'all don't need a comment. Once like 5 of you say there's an audio thing, I got it. Where I'm on it. I know what it is. I put toroids on that thing. I think I'm gonna have to ditch the Scarlet. I think I got to go to a proper mixer. I got space now that I can put up a mixer up here and just do it that way. But this is just straight up a USB problem. I don't know what the deal is, but yeah, should be good, right? All good now, right? 7.5, 5.9, 5.9 all across the board. I hope. That got people chatting really fast, though. That was mostly foam. Go ahead and there we go. That's what we needed. See, only needed that one. 5.9. All right. Welcome to the After Chat. This is your opportunity to ask Ham Radio questions, but we have Michael with us, so we're going to take a lot of Ham Radio Deluxe stuff up front. And then I was told, and this is me being the proper husband here, I did the full husband thing. My wife told me that my father-in-law's birthday party is at our house, and they literally all just showed up right now. So I may not be running too long here, maybe about 8 o'clock my time, so about an hour from now. So let's get into this immediately. Let's say hi to our friends on the Discord, because yowza, I didn't know that was going down. That's everyone else's fault but mine, of course, right?
Time was WB9HVJ, but he's changed his call to NU9DE. So God bless him.
Hey guys, Josh.
Hey Josh.
Howdy. It sounds like Michael's already set up. He knows exactly what to do. Consummate professional.
I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in like Flynn.
Yeah.
Josh, your audio's way down.
Way what?
Down.
You're light.
Yeah, I was going to say you're very light on the audio.
You're in the gravy.
Yeah, you're about a 5x5. Bud.
On Discord, you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all maxed. Let me quit Discord and I'll come back in. Hold on. Let's do it that way. Let's just restart. Gotta love it. I didn't restart my my computer after, and that's my bad. Stream audio is 5-. Okay. 5.9. Okay, good. All right, here we go. Let's see if this fixes everything. All right. Here we go. How's that?
But the thing of it is about changing calls, you go out and you get all this stuff like shirts and hats and, license plates. And then I've never been able to understand people changing them, because it's a lot of work.
I'm back. Am I better?
You're better, bud.
Okay. That's weird.
Although,
okay.
No, you're still light, actually. Do you guys agree?
I literally have it floored on Discord.
I concur.
Yeah, I think he's still really light. You got some controls on your microphone?
Let's see. What do if I do
Are
that?
you sure you selected the right? If you selected the right,
it's not any different.
It's like you're on the wrong input source or something, and the microphone is like further away than you think it is.
Yeah. Like
Oh,
for your
what about
padding.
that? Is that better?
There you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
So that was weird. It had a ghost of the last audio adapter in Discord, the one when I had to pull the plug, and then once I changed it, it went back up. That's weird. Always surprised by the amount of trouble I can get myself into doing ham radio live streams.
Don't take this the wrong way, Josh, but now you're hot.
Ah, okay, hold on.
I was getting ready to say the same thing.
You're all gonna get fired.
Great.
I'm gonna go hang out with my father-in-law. Wait, no, never mind. I'm just gonna hang out with you guys. How's that? Is that any better?
It's a little hot, actually, but it is a little overdriven. But you're good.
It's a little hot. Jesus, you guys are.
Oh, get the compressor on, Josh.
The compressor is on. It's literally set for
That's
auto.
good right there. That's good where you are right now.
Okay. I'm good.
Is this
Everybody good?
Josh's birthday and we're pranking him or something? Because this would be epic.
No, we're not. We're not pranking my father-in-law. Wouldn't get the prank if we did a prank. It wouldn't have mattered. So, all right. Well, Michael's already here, so he's already answering questions. But let's see. Was there a question you were in the middle of that I stepped on? I want to make sure I don't.
No, we were talking about how we got our call signs and did we change our call signs and that kind of thing.
Mine is FCC licensed, baby. They gave it to me. That's the same one I had since I was a technician.
You're joking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is mine. I've had mine since '91.
I always thought that your suffix was selected because it was similar to your name.
Nope. That was the call sign I was given, and my wife's call sign was also just given to her, and it's close to mine.
Huh.
Don't know.
Mine since 1979.
But yeah. Okay. So with that said, is there any questions for Michael regarding Ham Radio Deluxe? I know Don's here, so he might have a couple of hot ones he's waiting to belt out. But anybody anywhere in the Discord or on the YouTube chat, go ahead and post your questions. Do a question or at Ham Radio Crash Course in the chat, and we'll take your questions live. So anybody on the Discord, you guys are first. Go ahead.
Well, I did want to follow up on the POTA one. Are you ever have you talked to whoever you're talking to about getting some of the statistics out of the POTA app? Like, how we can, and I'm not sure how much POTA you do, but how you can go in there, they have all the awards, and I'm not really thinking about those, but like you can see, okay, you have worked 843 parks, and when you hit 900, you'll be at the next award level. So there's all kinds of things like that I track. That would be nice to have, as, another screen like you're doing with the awards from some of the other sites.
Right. And I think POTA and SOTA, quite similar in a lot of ways to WPX or prefixes because, states, there's 50 of them, so you count 50 states, right? DXCCs, there's 340 of them, so you count 340 of them. With POTAs, there's a finite number, but they're still adding them, on a semi-regular basis, I guess. And so what we normally do with, like, let's say what we do with WPX and counting prefixes is that we're just counting the unique string of prefix. So what we're going to do with POTAs is we'll count the unique numbers of strings. So if it's US-1131, that's one. The next one is 1132, and so on. So we'll count the unique number of those parks. Now, what I normally do, because I'm the one that creates the awards reporting and all that stuff. I'll go and read the rules for the award. So going back to DXCC as an example, I'll go through and read it. What counts, what doesn't count, what frequencies can they be on, what frequencies can they not be on, what modes are accepted, and so on. And that's usually how I create them. But I'm completely open to ideas for POTA and SOTA and so on. If you go over a certain number, which is kind of, I think IOTA's got that same kind of concept, what we do really is just count the raw number. It doesn't really say, oh, you've gone over 900, you've gone over 1,000. It's really just giving you the raw number.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thanks
But it'll show you the number by total POTAs. It'll show you the total by mode, by band, so you can figure out, how many of these did I work on, how many POTAs do I have on 10-meter digital or 6-meter phone, or that's how it'll show it. And in total, how many parks do I have total?
Yeah, because
I got to jump in here really quick because Curtis has a fantastic question. Don will come back to you because I think you got some more
that's fine.
things in there too. This is not a Ham Radio Deluxe question, but this is so good that I just wanted to jump in on it. Curtis, new general here as of yesterday. So congratulations, Curtis. That's awesome. Looking to get into FT8 and wondering if the QDX or QMX is the best option for a budget setup. Also will need some type of antenna. So yes, I think the QDX and the QMX are fantastic options. If you want something a little bit more multifunction, the QMX might be the better way to go. As far as an antenna, and I keep setting off the fire alarm here, so that's fantastic. We're going to lower the power a little bit. That's not good. The antenna you might want to look at is just a simple end fed for that radio. There's no reason to get too much crazier than that, or like a link dipole or a dipole on those lines would be fine. But yeah, congratulations. That's a fantastic one. So
yeah, for sure.
But you didn't ask the budget question.
Well, he said he was just asking about a specific radio. So he was not asking, tell me a radio. He was saying, these are two radios I'm looking at. The QMX is going to offer more capability because hopefully you look into operating CW, which would be really, really cool. So get in on that.
Yeah, the reason I asked that is because I'm wondering why he's looking at those two specific radios, because there might be better choices given he spends a little bit more money, but if he specifically wants those for a reason, I mean, that's fine.
They both work pretty well from my experience, so I don't know. For FT8, yeah, fantastic. All right. Okay, Don, go ahead. You can go back to it.
No, I feel bad because the only thing I was going to say was I appreciate the answer. That was all and I was ready to move on to the next one.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, Curtis also says he was looking at a 705. So those are very different radios. The 705 is much more multi-purpose, multi-capable. Yeah. So I really enjoy the 705. I really do like mine. So
it's good for parks, right? I mean, it's good to carry around. It's you use it with a battery and all that.
Well, I mean, I've activated parks off the stock battery. I don't even use an external battery a lot of the time.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. Somebody had another. This would be really funny. So Ghost Magic said you should get extra points for elevation in SOTA. And Ghost Magic, I got news for you. You already do, bud. The mountains, the summit is pointed based off of their prominence above sea level. So it's already included. That's why some summits are more points than lower summits. It's because it's taller. That's literally how it works. So yeah, it's factored in there, bud. You're already ready to go. All right. So back to Discord. Anybody on Discord voice chat that'd like to ask a question, it would be nice if it was from Michael here from Ham Radio Deluxe, as we'd like to get him some questions here while we got him with his valuable time. Go ahead. Michael, you solved every question.
I'm going to play the Jeopardy theme song.
Well, just to be honest, I mean, you did do a really good job of going through everything.
Well, not even everything, just like a little bit.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, so what did we miss? That's a good question.
Yeah.
There.
So we didn't. So we spent most of the time in logbook and a bit of the time in rig control. We looked at Digital Master, although we didn't have time, but I was going to go and try to do some PSK 31, or at least receive some. Josh did some SSTV. But we didn't do the rotor control or the satellite tracking app. The rotor control app is really pretty simple. Basically it reads you got to have an interface between your rotor controller box and your PC, that kind of like you do for your rig control. And it basically pulls in the direction from the rotor and displays it on a screen, but it's a world screen, so it and you can put the grid pattern up on the world map, or you just basically have the world map. And if you want to work Europe, you basically point and click at Europe and it turns it. You can also turn the rotor within the logging program, which is pretty nice, because if you just found somebody in the DX cluster or HRD alert and you want to work them and you want to reorient your antenna for it, you basically click a button that says, point at this guy. That's pretty cool. The rotator control program is also the interface to our satellite tracking program. So, which is really pretty cool. These guys heard me say this a while ago. I've been a ham since 1974, and only just a few years ago I started doing satellites, and pretty much because I had kind of reached the point. And Josh, I actually figured out what it was that I worked. What was the milestone that I worked and put in the log the last time we did this? And it was my 2600th DXCC band country. So that's what I worked. But nonetheless, when you get to like 2,600 band countries, or you get above 25, they start to become, it slows down quite a bit. So if you're sitting around wondering, well, now what am I going to do? I got the satellite stuff going, and it's really a lot of fun. I did a bit of this when I was in Australia, and because in Australia everybody's DX, so kind of get work somebody in New Zealand, or Fiji, or something like that. It was Papua New Guinea, whatever. It was a lot of fun, but I always thought it was going to be either too hard or too complicated or too expensive or whatever. But there's a lot you can do with just I was using FT991A, but if you got an FT991A or a FT857D or something like that, you already have, half of what you need. You got the software program, you've got the radio. Then you kind of look for the good deal on a directional antenna. Frankly, you can do it if you see a lot of guys on YouTube or whatever, and I think Josh has done it, where you just basically have an antenna, that you're holding in your hand, and you kind of follow it, across the sky or point it wherever you think it is. But the software will automatically point the antenna at the satellite as it's, making its pass, overhead. And it'll also adjust the frequency based on the Doppler shift and do all that automatically. So basically, all you have to do is click the push to talk and talk. So it's a lot of fun, and it's not as hard. We've got some. I put some videos on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/HamRadioDeluxe. And even if you're not, you could say, okay, well, that's interesting, Mike. I don't know if I'll be buying Ham Radio Deluxe, and that's okay. Go watch the video anyway, because it really is kind of cool. On the video, talking to the other stations through the repeater on the International Space Station. It's a lot of fun. So those are the things that we didn't do. Now let me tell you something that we're gonna do. There's another application in the Ham Radio Deluxe suite that I don't talk about much, because nothing's really ever been done with it. It's kind of it just hasn't really got a lot of recognition, so we don't talk about it much. And it's called Mapper. And what Mapper was intended to do is you can put all of your QSOs on a map, and it'll put like push pins in the map. So I've got tens of thousands of QSOs, so it's not too helpful to put all my QSOs on a map. But the 6-meter ones I do because I've got, only a few thousand of those, and I can see all the countries, and it's kind of cool. But what we're going to do with that is, in the version 7, which we're probably 24 months out or 18 months out on version 7, but Mapper will be replaced by something called HRD Global View. And what HRD Global View will do is all of what I just said, plus if you've seen if you've seen Grid Tracker, it will do what Grid Tracker is doing, plus a lot of other stuff. If you've seen what the Geochron ham bundle does, or the ham clock, all of that stuff is what HRD Global View is intended to do, and you'll be able to cast it to a TV on your network. So if you've got a 4K TV and you've got this software, you'll be able to cast it onto that screen, so you can have it up on whatever screen you want. So that's coming as well.
Yeah, man, I thought about 10 questions while you're doing that. So, and one of them was going to add, or I tried to ask during the stream, and then I forgot. But this is for Josh, by the way. So, and you've got a Flex radio too, so do I.
Yeah.
So, are you passing the spots down to the radio so that they can be displayed on the waterfall?
Oh yeah, we'll do that.
I haven't, but I don't think there's any reason why you can't.
Yeah, it'll do that. It'll show them right there on Smart SDR.
I haven't.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I haven't done it, but I know you can.
Yeah, I've done it, but with my other logging program. It's really not the logging program. I think it's the spotting page, or the spots, DX spots.
Yeah, but don't you set that up in Smart SDR, don't you?
No, you got to run like a third-party software to have them displayed, right, Don?
Yeah,
Kyle was telling me about it.
And I'll
it's
be
like Pie Slice something.
It's Slicer or something like that.
Something.
Slice Master.
Yeah,
Slice Master.
Yeah, Slice Master. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The other thing like that would be that Slice Master also supports is CW Skimmer. If you could incorporate CW Skimmer in there, man, that would be great.
Oh, that works.
Dude, do me a favor. Don't be afraid to send me an email, with that idea, because I'll, if you think about it, Mike at hrdsoftwarellc.com, just send it and say, hey, I talked to you about this, because I definitely would love to do something like that. I'll tell you what, the one and only, what we will end up doing is a couple things. One, to eliminate a limitation that we have, and another one to really just improve things. And I've known Gerald from Flex for a long time, and he's always asking me, he's always saying, hey, you guys should be, instead of, you don't have to go through Smart SDR. You guys could actually code directly to our API. And that's something that we will do when we rewrite rig control in version 6.10. But the other piece that is a limitation today, and you guys that are Flex users will know this, but HRD rig control is only able to show one slice. It's not able to show multiple slices. So
right, because you select the one so you'd have to make multiple slice connections, right?
Exactly. Which you'd think that would be, just a matter of saying, okay, well, this COM port is slice A, this COM port is slice B, this COM port is slice C, whatever. And maybe somebody can figure out how to make it work today. I just haven't had a chance to do it. Did you get a Maestro?
I did,
no,
yeah.
I'm not going to do that. I use my phone and iPad.
I got the latest one, the current Maestro. Man, that thing is outstanding.
Let me ask you a question. How do you charge it?
Huh?
You got to use the dongle that it comes with to charge it. Can you use USB-C to charge it, or what do you do for that?
No, it does have like this kind of an oddball connector, right? It's like a barrel connector.
Yeah.
See, the old one I have, yes, you absolutely can charge it with USB-C. It depends on the battery the internal battery that you bought to put in the radio.
I thought that was What's funny is I thought the first gen was a kludge by throwing a battery bank in the back of it and just carting it around. But I'm more on board with that because it's universal. It's USB-C.
Yeah.
I'd love it
Well-
if it was USB-C because then I could charge it off of anything at that point. And that's the only thing
Right.
that bothers me about the new Maestro. I love the
Well-
screen. The screen's insane. It's awesome.
Yeah, the old one also you could plug into 12 volts too. So like if you had a LiFePo 4 battery with you or a small one, you could plug that directly into the Maestro, and it would run it through the 12 volt line. So you had both options. Now the one thing that it didn't do is if you plug the 12 volt in there and you also had the USB battery in there, it would not charge the USB battery.
Right.
But we all knew that, and so it wasn't a big deal. And I got a Maestro right out of the box, and I think I can still count on one hand the number of times I've used it. But yeah, when I do use it, it's an amazing device.
I actually, and I just went to check to see if I'd actually bought the battery, and I didn't buy the battery.
Well,
so
it's internal. The new one is an internal battery.
You know,
Buy it; it's a separate
it's a separate
24 volt, and they didn't want to have to pay for it, so they're making
Right.
you buy it.
Wait,
Yeah,
you're telling me the Maestro doesn't have a battery inside of it? The new one?
correct.
Nope,
It's an
not when you buy it.
You
No,
have
got to buy
one.
What?
And honestly,
Really?
that was the same thing with the old one. But the old one, you could go on Amazon and buy any freaking battery you wanted. This one is special because it's 24 volt, and which I thought I couldn't believe that they were going to run that thing off 24 volts. But anyway, it's a special battery that produces 24 volts, and I believe it has to have a special charger too.
Well, you need that
comes with,
connector, that's for sure.
It comes with a transformer, and they say it's a medical device battery, easy to find. It may be a medical device battery, but it's not easy to find. But
And it's
I got
not
one
cheap.
from Flex. I love mine because it's the first Flex. It's the first Maestro I ever had, so I never had the other one. But
Yeah.
I can see all of your points.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
got
God, it keeps
the
setting off the
other
fire
one.
alarm. Jesus.
What I really want to do is I do want to get the battery, and
Rip that thing off the wall.
I want to get they sell these. So if you buy it, they ship the legs for it, and the legs are kind of fixed in place, so you can't
Mhm.
move them. But they sell these legs that fold over and flip. So as I travel, I want to take this thing with me, and just kind of charge the battery and stick it in a laptop bag, and off you go.
Yeah, I think the one I have, you can turn the legs and they will kind of fold up on
Yeah.
the thing. But maybe I'm wrong.
On the
Yeah.
new one, you have to buy the company
Yeah.
stand that you have to take it apart to throw it in the laptop.
Yeah,
I
Right.
carry mine with me everywhere I go at work.
I'm telling you, if you ever get a
Yeah.
Maestro, just go get one of the freaking old ones if you can find it.
So I got a question, an HRD question for all these Flex users, because this is the thing for me that was my biggest hurdle for Flex in the occasional time I contest, voice keying. Does HRD have a voice keying solution?
No, but you got buttons for you can add buttons for the voice memories on the radio.
Is there a button if you hold it down, it'll repeat your QSO, your CQ call like every 6 seconds?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't.
I
don't think so.
need something like that because that's exactly what I need is the repetitive QSO
But
CQ call.
Boy,
you know
I know what
who-
device
I didn't hear the question.
What was that?
Sorry, I was just being snarky. I said, boy, I know a device that'll do that.
it'll
Oh, we
automatically
should talk
key the
then,
radio?
Mark. We should talk. I didn't think about that, but we should definitely talk offline about that one for
But
sure.
Kyle probably has solutions for that.
Oh no, solutions exist. I was just curious if HRD has a solution.
Oh, I
No, but we do. I do want to do that. I mean, I used, we don't talk about this, but I got onto HRD like in 2010 when we were living in Pittsburgh, and I was listening to a repeater on the way home, and these guys were talking about Ham Radio Deluxe and Ham Radio Deluxe. And I thought, well, I wonder what that is. You know, it sounds they love it, so I'd like to hear more about it. And so I went and downloaded it and tried it, and I thought, well, this is cute, but you know, I was using a program called Log Windows, if anybody remembers that one, and it frankly, Ham Radio Deluxe in those days was missing a lot of features, and I had like a voice keyer thing built in to what I was doing at the time, and I didn't need it, but voice keying is definitely something that I want to do, and we'll absolutely do it. Hey, did anybody here use a micro keyer?
No.
That is the single best piece of ham radio equipment I've ever purchased in my life.
Really?
And yeah, it's the coolest thing on the planet. Basically, and they've upgraded them a bit. I mean, I've got several of them. I've got a micro keyer 2, a digi keyer 2, which they're basically the same thing, except the one has a LCD display and the other one doesn't. But it's a sound card interface and a CAT interface. It does contest serial incrementing. It's a CW keyer. It's a voice keyer. It's a RIDI keyer. A RIDI memory keyer. It's a CW memory keyer. It's a. So everybody, go and check for it. So it's. I think it's right microham.com. I think they're made in. They're made in Europe, Eastern Europe or something. I think DX Engineering sells them. They're the U.S. distributor for the stuff. But I'm honest to goodness, this is the best gadget I've ever purchased for him. So I used it with my FTDX 5000. And even though the 5000's got a CW memory keyer in it, I didn't use it because I used the memory keyer in the microham gadget, and it's got the voice keyer, it's got the RIDI keyer, and you know it's just fantastic. I was looking at the stuff I had at the time because I had like this rig blaster, and then I had this external MFJ memory keyer for CW, and then I had some other interface for something, and I was just kind of looking at all this stuff thinking, because the microham thing looks expensive because it's probably $500 or something.
Yeah,
it looks expensive, but honestly, I got rid of my rig blaster, I got rid of my CW memory keyer, I got rid of $500 worth of stuff to buy this thing, and it's all in one. It gives you multiple virtual COM ports, so you can literally, you know, if I connected to my 5000, you could literally have an unlimited number of applications hitting the 5000 at the same time. It's just cool.
Does it do voice keying, or is it just CW?
Yeah. No, it does voice keying, it does CW memory keying, it does RIDI memory keying, it does contest incrementing for CW and RIDI.
All right. Dang it. I haven't been to this website before. And you said DX Engineering has it? Yeah. Jesus. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I mean they don't pay me for this, right? But I mean, yeah, I mean there's just all the stuff, man. I mean, the radio interface is on their website, so that's the Micro Keyer 3 is the new one, but I've got the Micro Keyer 2, and basically you when you buy it, you basically tell them what kind of radio you've got because it'll give you the cables. The nice thing about this too is that for people that want to do FSK instead of AFSK, it breaks out the proper signaling lines to exercise the FSK in your radio. So your radio generates the mark in space instead of your sound card. Mm-hmm. And so it does that. You just basically tell it what kind of what kind of radio you've got, and then you get the cable for it. Let's look at the price on the. I'm going to go to the DX Engineering page because I don't actually remember what they charge for this one. It's new.
Looks like $335 for the Micro Keyer 3.
That's pretty good. Does that include the cable? Oh, you're looking at the wrong one. You're looking at the wrong one because I'm on their page and I'm looking at the Microham.
Microham.com, right?
Yeah, but if you go to DX Engineering and just search for Microham in their catalog, the Micro Keyer 3 is $455.99.
With the cable?
They include the cable, but if what I've done is I've kept the original MK2 that I've got, and I've collected other cables for other radios, and I don't have to.
On their website, they're showing a different price.
So
is that euros?
Yeah, it's in euros.
Yes, okay, it's euros. It is euros.
So really quick, I searched DX Engineering on Google, and the first link is a sponsored link to Gigaparts. You gotta be careful out there. You gotta be
Wait a minute.
careful.
You search for what?
DX Engineering, and the first link was Gigaparts.
Oh, you want to know something? So I'll tell you a funny story. Digital ads are great. Some years ago, there was a competing product. A competing logging program, not very expensive, but it's out there. It is for sale. And I decided I was going to use the name of that product in our search ads. Uh-huh. So if somebody went and looked for, product A, our search ads would show up at the top. And I checked on the ethics of doing that, and everybody does it. So, I mean, if you went and looked for like a Whirlpool washing machine at Lowe's, you could get, like Best Buy ads or something. So they pitch ads on other people's products. So you want to do ads on your own product for sure, so someone else can't outbid you for your position. Yeah. But it's perfectly legit to do use somebody else's product in your search terms, and the author of that was really smoked. He contacted me and said, "You've got to stop this." But yeah, that'll happen. But yeah, $455.99 on DX Engineering for that one.
And not in stock. Expected arrival January 23rd.
Not in stock.
Oh yeah, for the 3.
So the difference between they have that's the Micro Keyer 3. They have the Microham DXP, which is essentially the same thing without the LCD screen, or it doesn't have the same kind of LCD screen. So, but they've got 2 of those. Those are $80 cheaper. They also have, this is cool too. Microham also sells this rotor controller that is Ethernet. So we'll end up supporting that eventually, but that's pretty cool, because then you can connect it to your network and you can control it remotely, or however. Good stuff though. I can't say enough about I went to my cousin is a member of the Woodbridge, Virginia Ham Radio Club, and he invited me to go to a contest they were doing, UHF VHF contest at Flagpole Knob, so they went to a peak somewhere. And I sat down to operate their station, and I saw this box, and it's incrementing the contest, serial and doing all this stuff. I thought that is just the coolest thing ever. And so I was stuck on it.
I have another question about the HRD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Do you support amplifiers? I know you do rotators, but
not yet. Not yet. That's on the list too. So when we get to the rig control rewrite, we'll add the ones that have come out with remote control capability.
Like the SP experts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, our booth was across from theirs last year or something, and so I've got their contact information. They've offered to help. They didn't offer me a loaner, but all the same, we'll get it going.
I did move to 30 meters for anybody that's curious. I'm not happy with my 40-meter performance with my fire alarm going off. I don't understand why that's happening. I'm going to have to deal with that later. But anyway, we're on 30 meters, FT8.
Mm-hmm. Are you in FT8?
Yeah, absolutely. 30 meters, so I'm only on a dipole. Unfortunately, 20 meters is like dead right now to me.
Somebody, I saw some post on Facebook earlier that somebody was complaining that 20 meters was dead.
Yeah, 20 meters died hard over here. I don't know if we might have got hit by some kind of solar strike. On
the upside, this has been a really good solar cycle compared to the last one.
You know what's crazy? We didn't even get into it. You've got that on your display here for the logger. The solar progression. I just pulled it up. Like this is something that's included on the logger.
Yep.
We didn't even pull this up, and I had pulled it up to try and remember to hit it, and like we just an hour and a half, Michael. Man, you did such a great job.
There's a lot of stuff in Logbook that you can do that, and there's like an audio monitor that I just started tinkering with the other day. I mean, if you want to see what your signal looked like, or you want to see what the one you're receiving or something, it's pretty cool.
No, but so you can track all the solar weather and all that stuff, and it's like an aggregate too. So that's the really cool part is any day to day. I'm not that interested in, but an aggregate of data to show peaks and valleys here. Look at that. Look, so you can see going forward, like what we're looking at, and then current is all the way on the right there. That's great. That's fantastic. I love that.
Yeah. How far back can you go?
Oh, the current, you can actually set the current version. You can actually set how far back you want to go.
That's cool.
So it goes back. It goes back to the beginning of time, basically, or whenever the data was first collected, and it's NOAA. So whenever NOAA's data started, that's how far back it goes.
But Michael, there weren't radios back then. How did we know that information? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
They also at the same time over the course of the last since cycle 24, they actually changed the calculations for the sunspot number.
I heard that. Yeah.
Solar flux number. So we've actually normalized it, so that we're getting all the right data going back to the dawn of time.
Yeah, I've always wondered what I was really experiencing back in '91 when I first got licensed, because that seemed like magic to me.
That was a great time too, 91. So that cycle started in about 87, 88. And I had I was working in Bloomington, Illinois, and I had quite the drive to and from, because I was still living in central Indiana. Anyway, one day we had like this flare, and I was out there trying to check my connections on my antenna, because everything's dead. Couldn't see anything, and it turned out that it was just bands were dead. But from the car, I must have worked 200 countries from my car in
That's awesome.
6 months or something crazy.
I used to literally talk to the same people in Australia just about every day or every few days, and I thought that was normal. I really did.
Well, Michael, we've got one of the most important questions of all time. When will we get dark mode?
Oh, that's in Logbook in 6.9. So when 6.9 comes out,
we're all getting dark mode, kids. That's all I do, man. I'm like the Batman of ham radio out here, trying to be all dark mode all the time. So that's great news. I love it.
One of my competitors was asked the same thing, and the response was, Hey, you've got a dimmer switch on your monitor for a reason.
Wow, that's such a great answer.
So, but I said, oh, hey, but we're going to do it. So, yeah, it's in there already.
Love it.
We actually got that done quite a bit ago, but we're, like I said, trying to finish up odds and ends now.
Mike was kind of dissonant in his little video on WSJTX Improved.
Yeah, Mike doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not in here,
Yeah,
so he won't disagree with me at all. But I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Sucks.
What's that? What's that, Mike? What's that?
Dark mode sucks.
I can't see myself doing it. Honestly, I don't know if I will, but I don't know. Maybe I will.
Okay, so let me be straight up here. I'm not poring over my log or poring over WSJTX when I'm using it. Like, I'm talking to you guys. Like, I'm just hanging out, right? We're having fun. This is all the going on in the background. And I want something that's high contrast. I peek up, boom. I know I'm making a contact. I know I'm not making a contact. Easy deal. Also, at the same time, I grew up with everything being beige and gray for the last 30 freaking years. Everything in my life has been Windows gray, Microsoft beige. Give me something a little bit different. I need to cut something going in what is all this, like, because it's just too much. It's too much.
Oh, hey, I didn't talk about light poles.
Light poles?
Light poles.
Okay.
So there are these like USB connected free busy indicators. Like they're about the size of a small pocket flashlight, and you can clip them onto your monitor, and you see them in call centers a lot, where if somebody's on an active call, the thing automatically turns red to show that they're busy. And if they're off the call, it'll show green. Okay. So in 6.9, we have added these support for these busy lights. And if you have a new DX spot that's shown up, or it could be in your HRD alert pane that hits one of your alarms, it'll start blinking this light at you. So if you're across across the room, and you've got the volume turned down and all this, you're not paying attention, the light will start flashing.
Can you have it Meshtastic message me that there's a contact that I need on
Meshtastic? You're gonna have to tell me what that is, bud.
Oh no.
So, you don't know what Meshtastic is? So it's these 915 megahertz transmitters that all mesh together. So I could set up like a network of them and cover a vast all line of sight area with these guys. Or my neighbors and all that could have it set up, and I could have a private channel on this guy. And then I could get like some kind of message that, so and so is on the air right now, and it hits me on the Meshtastic, and then I could pull up my Flex Radio phone app and make an FT8 call or something like that. That'd be insane. That would be insane.
Well, that's pretty cool, and I hope it works. Hope it works better than your FT8, bud, because I've been calling you for 10 minutes and you're not answering me.
I assume that has more to do with my noise floor. That's the local. I will say that is my electronics in my home. That LEDs and dimmers. Let me just say that's my current battle that I'm dealing with right now.
Question?
Mark, go ahead.
Yeah, what about going a little bigger and doing an IFTTT integration? Then you could do Meshtastic or anything you wanted.
Oh, IFTT. That's an interesting
really
point.
Good idea.
That's an interesting point.
Yeah. IFTT could be cool because, so for instance, right, Michael, on our live stream, if you had made that contact, you could have had like an IFTT that would have tweeted out that I just completed my, what was it? What'd you say? 2600 is not the right term. The number you used. What was it?
Yeah, it was 26. My 2600th.
Yeah.
DXCC challenge country.
Yeah, you could have had like a big a big post about that. That would have been cool. Like, you could have IFTT'd that.
Facebook, Twitter, email, SMS, Boondock Echo, really anything.
Boondock Echo.
Boondock Echo?
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. So everybody who's like, IFTT, is that still a thing? Oh, absolutely. Node-RED is good, but remember, Node-RED is localized. IFTT is an internet connectivity thing. That's why it's still really valuable. It's still a thing. It's still good.
Why do I bet there's a Node-RED connection to IFTT?
Oh, there has to be. There has to be. And I have it. Wait, here it is. Hold on. One of my Black Friday splurges was the Stream Deck XL. So I'm going to be Node-REDing the crap out of this. Once Kyle is not prepared. Kyle is the sweetest guy, and he's like, I'm working on a thing to help you out, get started with Node-RED and all that stuff. And I'm like, Kyle, I've already bought too much stuff, bud. This is gonna be a problem. We need to do a Zoom chat before we do any live stream, because I got all this stuff I have to unpack. I've got the Green Heron rotor control. I've got my Step IR that I still have to get like remotable. It's working with the Flex, so it's fine. But then I've got the Stream Deck and all that stuff. It's like, oh man, Kyle is not an unpaid intern. In no way is he an unpaid intern. He has his own YouTube channel, AA0Z. Check him out if you want automation of your ham radio shack and your ham radio world. Check him out.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard of people doing that. He may have asked me about that too.
Oh yeah, Kyle's the man for that kind of stuff. He's all about that.
Hey Josh, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, this is Jason Q in the back forward, Uniform Echo India. Thank you for setting me up on Discord, brother.
Yeah, you got set up, and congratulations on having the longest Discord username I've ever seen in my life.
Well, that would be because I'm a VE too. That's all my VE information.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Good. Well, good. No, that's not a shame. That's not me shaming you. That's me saying I've never seen anything that long before. That's neither good nor bad. That just is.
Hey, I'll take it as a compliment, brother. Thank you.
Right on, man. Right on. Well, hey, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. Oh, that's an interesting. Niles O'Borby says, why I asked about dark mode is I have glaucoma and the white background is hurting my eyes. I didn't think about that, but sure, there are different.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I've actually got one pupil that doesn't dilate.
Oh,
so,
man.
If I go outside, it's just brutal on one eye. I have just to close it. But it does make a difference if I'm, just waking up, or if I've just transitioned to a dark room, it's going to be kind of rough. So I can see the point.
Yeah. Well, there you go. It's coming in the future releases of Ham Radio Deluxe. So link is, by the way, everybody, link is in the video description. You get 35% off if you use HRCC35 at checkout, and the link is already there. So you just take the link in the video description. You're all set. Right on. Let's take a couple of questions for Michael if we have them. Otherwise, I'm going to say hi to my YouTube friends, and as we take as things progress here, I got to head out shortly because I think everybody is partying right now, and I'm not there. I'm literally being the bad son-in-law right now.
We never heard about the Mac version.
Yeah, he said that in the live stream.
Yeah, we as we rewrite the apps, they're all being rewritten without any of the Microsoft specific hooks. So,
Mike, he showed the new version on the live stream. I think you were watching, you were there, but
I'm working on something while I'm watching. So
gotcha.
He started talking about it and then went somewhere else. So maybe he came back to that and I missed it. So
he was showing the new version. Like, we got to see the demo version, the new version of the logger, if you will.
Yeah, I mean the whole question is that the Mac version will be available once all 5 of the applications have been rewritten. Mm-hmm. So that's going to take us another So logbook gets done, and then we'll do rig control. Rig control gets done, and then we'll do the rest. Did somebody just tell me they love me?
Yep. They did.
Love you too.
Connection.
Somebody didn't mute. All right, let's say hi to our YouTube friends for a moment here. Bill is first up, as he always is. I guess next week we'll maybe start from the bottom. I don't know. Bill, you ready? Are you ready to say hi? Ham Radio Tectonics, how's it going?
Absolutely. How's it going, Josh?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. So I'm Bill, Kilo Zero Whiskey Hotel Whiskey. Ham Radio Tectonics launched a new logo, so been doing a little series on the Green Ham Machine, the ham radio trailer, specifically remote radio switching. And other than that, playing with DigiPi and hanging out. It's wintertime.
What Bill, where are you at normally? I actually don't know where you're normally located.
I'm based, so most of the time I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm based out of Charlotte.
So
when I go home, go ahead.
No, you got proper winter then.
It gets chilly. It's not Chicago winter, but it gets chilly.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you got to put it in perspective. Californians came up with the term chilly, and that means it's like 50 degrees. So you're talking like low 40s, 30s kind of temperature, I'm assuming.
Right now it's 37. Might hit freezing. It might hit freezing tonight.
Yeah. Okay. So you got a proper weather schedule in front of you. So okay, I got it. But you're an HRD user as well, right?
No, I am not. I'm a Mac.
Oh, I thought you said you were. I'm sorry. There was somebody else then. I apologize.
Not throwing any shade. I don't have anything against it, but I'm a Mac guy. I have a Windows computer, but most of everything I do is on the Mac right now.
Yeah.
See, there you go, Michael.
You'll be our customer in a year. We'll get you then. It's actually
I like that. I like that confidence. I like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I usually tell people that there's two kinds of hams in the world: the ones that are using Ham Radio Deluxe and the ones that aren't using it yet. It'll happen.
Yeah.
Somebody, my daughter, my oldest daughter, is a MacBook Pro user, and she's a MacBook forever, and so we do run Ham Radio Deluxe on her MacBook Pro, and we're running it in VirtualBox, and it runs perfectly fine. But it's not a native app, but you can swipe over into it just like if it was any other Mac app.
Yeah.
But there's a whole lot of people who've moved in ham radio that have moved to Macs, and basically it's using a Linux kernel anyway, so we'll be able to run it on Linux or Mac, and but it's an important big market for us, and so it's a big deal.
Well, what's interesting is I'm seeing a trend which I didn't fully expect, but things like Smart SDR for the Flex radio is actually better on the Mac. And there are a couple of applications now, like I would call tentpole applications, that are better implemented on the Mac platform that seem to just drive directly into like, oh no, this would be, the HRD being here would be really good. But you guys are working on it. You guys already know this. But I was surprised where we were kind of like all where we're looking at Linux as being the new hope. But oddly enough, the polish, if you will, on a lot of the Mac OS stuff is just, from a user experience, I think is just better, period.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to be in a band, so I used to play music for a living, and
really?
one of the other guitar player in the band, he's still fairly well known. Anyway, he's got a recording studio, he does a lot of that kind of work, and he said he would never use a Windows PC, and I said, well, what's the problem? He says, Well, Microsoft is always changing the look. They're always changing the OS, whereas Mac really never has done that. You know, not as substantially as Windows does. And every time that Windows changes like that, it introduces things that generally don't always make it. I mean, it may eventually be easier to use, but it's not immediately easier to use. You know.
Yeah.
So it's more stable from a UI point of view, probably.
I can see it both ways. I think Mac has undergone a ton of changes from a UI standpoint that you could point and be like, yeah, see, you know, a little bit, but it's just a different platform to do something on. It's not better or worse. It's a tool, right? And you pick the tool that does the best job for you as the individual is always what I tell people. And I think that the Mac OS has improved significantly, particularly on the ham radio side, and it's because the developers have said, "Hey, I'm going to do a better job here," and made something happen, which is what we love. Right. That's the best thing you could have from my point of view. Oh wait! I see you. Wait, I see you. Hold on. I got you. WA9PIE. I see you. -4.
That's me, right? I decided to change. I decided to change to a killer radio where I could, where I'm going to get over your noise floor because I'm going to be like a +5 at you now.
All right, I see you now. I see you. Hopefully you're seeing me.
The amp will make things happen.
Yeah, you're at from where I'm at right now, you're at a -3.
I didn't turn the amp on. There's no amp.
There you are.
Hey, Josh, I got a question for you.
But good, thank you. You gave me a -20. That's good.
No, that was you to me was -4, and then I replied back and I was like, "Oh, it's -20." Okay. Now, again, that's my noise floor. That's my noise floor. It's not you. It's me. That's just like what you said to that girlfriend you couldn't get rid of. It's not you. It's me. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not you. It's
I'm the one with the problem here.
I'm the one with the problem. I am, though. I have way too high a noise floor.
No, Josh, I got a question for you.
Yeah, Jason, go ahead.
I'm trying to promote.
Oh, we're losing you.
Can you hear me now?
Choke right up on that microphone, bud.
All right, can you hear me now?
Much better.
Go. There you go.
All right, I'm a truck driver, and I'm trying to promote Truck Stops on Air. I got my Facebook page. What would you recommend going about getting a sponsor or somebody to help me out, get that going, to help me get it going? Because I really like to get it going. Because, you know, I'm a VE and everything else, and I'm just trying to promote ham radio, and I'm trying to get truck drivers involved too. But I was just wondering, what would you be suggesting to get that going, and how would I get a sponsor, or who do I need to talk to?
Yeah, so let me clarify. Why do you need a sponsor?
Well, my buddy was telling me to get like Gigaparts or DX Engineer or
no,
somebody.
That's not what I said. Why do you need a sponsor?
Well, I don't really feel like I need one.
Perfect. So start exactly. You nailed it. Start doing it. Push it out to everybody you can. Get somebody to amplify your signal with their YouTube channel or whatever. Get people doing it, and then the sponsors will come to you, right? That's the difference of approach here. You do something, and you get people doing it, and you get people interested in it, and you get people active in it. If you can build that community, then the rest of the stuff becomes easy. Everybody always asks me, oh, I need a sponsor to do this, I need a sponsor to do that. No. You need to do the thing. You need the thing to be doing what you want it to do. And then the rest of it becomes a lot easier. So just get more truckers on the air. Get more truckers doing truck stops on the air. Send that out. Like, go find other truckers. Like, we got a number of them in this Discord that are truckers. Start telling them about what you got going. If you got a website that allows them to track their logs, if you will. If you got that going, then the rest of it becomes easy.
I mean, talk it up on at the truck stops.
Yeah, I will tell you one thing that absolutely helps too, because I do a lot of search engine optimization stuff. But if you call your thing ham radio truckers on the air or something. So if you have the words ham radio and truckers in the same phrase, then it'll help your product or page get recognized. So it's like Josh has the most powerful like YouTube channel on the planet for ham radio because it says ham radio in the title. And plus it's great content, but I mean, if you have in the Ham Radio Deluxe for that matter, but it's you want your product or your page in front of other ham radio operators, you want it in front of other truck drivers, so it's ham radio truckers on the air, and that'll get you more than what you'd probably get trying to sponsor it, frankly.
All right, WA9PIE, I haven't heard from you. Haven't heard back from you. Are we still? Can you still
I'm
hear
answering
me?
you every 30 seconds or every 15 seconds, bud.
I'm not hearing you now.
All right, thank you guys. I know what to do now. I need to change my Facebook page name, put ham in it, and then, like you just said, Josh, build my legacy, and let's go.
No, you got to build the community. So a legacy doesn't mean anything. Legacy isn't a real thing, right? The thing that you have to do is build a community, right?
Yeah.
So if you build a community of people using something and doing something, then your involvement in it it feels good. It feels good that you did that, but that's not the point, right? It's not about boosting yourself up. It's about that you made a community, and the community's so strong and the community's growing. Like that's what you should be aiming to do, is like grow the community of truckers at truck stops. I think the idea is great because I get contacts all the time, like messages from truckers all the time. They're like, "Hey, how do I do HF in my cab? How do I do HF? Blah 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 blah." You could make videos on telling truckers like how to set up an HF antenna on their little rear light mounts and how to deal with radials and all that stuff for 40 meters. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can do. You just have to build on that, right? And focus on the community aspect of like helping that group. You have knowledge in this space. Share that knowledge with that group. And if you got places for that group to come together, it will grow. It will.
We actually have, when we were doing a lot of cross-country ham radio, ham fest, and, all that kind of stuff, we had like these business cards printed up that had like, "You've been spotted," hamradiodeluxe.com, and, some discount for just, go to our webpage and, whatever. But I mean, you could almost have that stuff, you could put it where, where other truckers go and, get people to, it's really about it's like a grassroots. If you're not going to go and do digital ads, which I wouldn't suggest you do because it's expensive, but, if you want to get the word out, it's just a ground roots kind of effort to do that.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask a question?
Yes. Hold on. We gotta hit a couple of other YouTubers here, and then we'll take some comments. But I gotta get out of here shortly because literally they're doing spring rolls without me, and I don't know if you know me and spring rolls, but I'm a big fan. So
Yum.
Next, Gray Man POTA. How you doing? I hope I didn't skip any. Oh no, I skipped Don. Don, how's it going, man? Quick, if you can. Quick.
It's going all right. I dropped 2 videos this week.
Oh yes. All right, I'll go look.
So I dropped one where Mike was kind enough to come up and visit me at my shack.
DKMRD Mike. He's seen the shack.
Yes, and his friend Jose, and we ran over and did a quick POTA, and while they were POTAing, I was filming, so
Excellent.
I dropped that one, and then I also did a shack update today and dropped that a little while ago. So that's kind of what I've done without going into a lot of detail because I know you're on a short fuse there. Go ahead.
No, thank you, buddy. And everybody go check him out. And Jody just dropped the link. Thank you, Jody, for doing that. Next is Gray Man POTA. How you doing, bud?
I am doing good, staying busy, playing around with a little live streaming today of the 10-meter contest. Very fun. I think, you guys, you and Mike, been doing the YouTube thing for a while, but I got this comment today in the video, and basically a guy posted right after the video wrapped up that he went ahead and got. I was the inspiration for him to get on the air. Oh. And from the video and everything. And about an hour later, he followed that up with 24 contacts so far, Japan, Mexico, Australia, all included. Thanks for the inspiration. And I tell you what, that right there was worth, everything, the headaches of just trying to do it. It was worth it. And going back to the community, this is awesome.
That is a good feeling. Like it always is really, it's really nice when you hear people that took something you did and learned from it and was able to turn it into making contacts or being more confident on the air. So that's great. Good for you, man. Good for you.
And I would like to follow up. There's still one more day of the 10-meter contest. So if you're a technician, you want to get on HF, today is the day to do it. Tomorrow's the day to do it because you can probably talk to all over the world.
What was that? Somebody was talking at the same time. Was that Michael?
No, I'm saying that's a great point.
Yeah.
Get on the air. Hey, wasn't the FCC what was the ARRL trying to get the FCC to extend HF privileges for technicians? Whatever happened to that?
It hasn't gone very far. And I don't know that the FCC is sitting on it. I think that's where it's at right now is the FCC. But I'm like you. I think that technicians are underserved in the HF space. So you're telling me that technicians have to wait every 11 years for the high solar cycle to have a workable HF band? And every OM out there that's thinking to themselves, well, they can do CW. Yeah, absolutely. And I encourage them to do that. But if we want to hook them on HF, then we got to give them a little bit more than CW, right? We got to give them a little bit of single sideband. We got a little taste of all that stuff.
I wanted to be able. I mean, that's like I'm only able to sell to 50% of the hams in the United States because of it. So I'm a big fan of the idea.
Yeah, I'm a big supporter of, like, you got to give everybody a little taste of, like, because don't get me wrong, and I got hit with these arguments too, is that, well, technician license doesn't really train people in how to deal with HF properly. It's like, well, we know that's not true because it lets them onto 10 meters and 40 meters and 80 meters and all that stuff. So what is it that's so secretive about single sideband that's different from CW or 10-meter single sideband? It's nothing. It's an arbitrary barrier that we've created.
Right.
And we need to get over that, give them a little taste. We need a it's a Costco sampler. We need a Costco sampler of HF for technicians. That's exactly what we need. Give them a tiny band space, and then they're going to get really frustrated that they can't, because there's somebody there with a big station, and they can't make the contacts they want, and then they'll upgrade. I'm telling you, I know it works. I know it'll happen. It'll work. I promise you.
Give them a small SSB portion, and don't let them on FT8. And when they see what FT8 will do, they'll get hooked.
Literally hide and seek and destroy with the welcome to Costco, I love you. Thank you so much with the Idiocracy reference. I just love it. I love it. All right, so who's next? I think if we go down the list here, who is next on our YouTube path? It is one KMRD. How's it going, Mike?
I'm angry, I'm frustrated, and I hate my life.
Uh-oh. He must be doing JSA call. What's going on?
Worse.
Uh-oh.
Not APRS either. I have spent probably 20 hours this week, at least, on iOS, Android, and Windows to get WinLink to work. And it is defeating. I just installed, before you even started your stream, I just installed through boot camp on an old Mac, Windows. So I'm sitting here using stupid Windows, and
You can't get WinLink to work?
I can't do it. I cannot do it.
On Windows, though?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing tomorrow? If my wife doesn't have me booked for something, I'll help you out. If you got Windows running, I can show you how to run WinLink, like no problem.
I do. And I got my 818 hooked up here with the DigiRig. That should work, I think.
Yeah.
And so I had the computer seeing the DigiRig.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally about 3 or 4 minutes ago, I'm literally just sitting here leaning back in my chair. And Windows made the little din, 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 and told me that it no longer sees the sound device or the USB device that's plugged in is malfunctioned. Not even touching the computer. It just Windowsed on me.
Have you changed cables?
No, I didn't do anything. It's the same cable. I've used this for it was working 5 minutes ago, and now it's not.
No. I'm saying in this 40 hours of experiment, have you tried changing cables?
Josh wants to leave. I don't have enough time to talk about every single thing that I have done. I bought a damn Windows tablet yesterday that just arrived today, and the thing won't even turn on. So I've already done the return in Amazon.
Where does one find a Windows tablet? What do you mean?
On Amazon.
It's running Windows 10?
It's not running anything. It doesn't turn on.
Oh, okay.
That's how my life is going.
Fair.
I bought a Windows machine.
Wait. Mike, where is the Jacopotamus?
I sold him to Jason. ACK.
The Jacopotamus runs WinLink all day
Doesn't
long.
matter. I have the product key from my Jankopotamus, and I just installed Windows 10 on my MacBook Pro from 2014. I'm looking at Windows on my Mac right now. I have WinLink Express installed. I've tried Radio Mail. I've been emailing back and forth with Georges. Turns out that's not going to work because it doesn't do VARA, and it never will because VARA is under secret Windows lockdown. I've tried WOAD with my Android tablet.
And you can't get WOAD to work?
Nothing works. I've watched every single video on YouTube. They are of zero help.
I can't wait for
Tech Preppers, ACKs, Ham Radio School. I'm watching some guy now named Stuart Sheldon, who's
I literally have videos. Have you watched my videos?
You don't. You don't.
On WinLink? I definitely do.
Not good enough. Nobody's video is good enough.
I can't.
Not a single one of them, or even all of them compiled together, show every single necessary step to get it to work. Not a one.
You know,
there's always something that's just glossed over, like, and I already have this done, so we're going to go here. Well, that part where you say I already have this done, those are the things that I need, and nobody has it. So,
So what's hilarious about this is like when Mike came for our APRS, nobody cared, nobody said anything. But when Mike comes for WinLink, I think there will be an upsettiness of all of this because WinLink works really well. It's kludgy.
I'm not coming for WinLink.
Oh,
it's not like that.
Okay.
Hey,
it's not like that right now. It's not like that right now.
No, the mode is fantastic. I see the benefit of it. Why do you think I'm pulling what little hair I have out of my head? I literally just used Boot Camp and spent an hour and a half of my life just installing Windows on this computer.
Hey, Josh, can I interact with this?
It doesn't. Computers do not work in my life. I don't know how much more I can drill that into people's heads. It just doesn't work for me.
So, Jason, go ahead, Jason. Do you want to say something?
All right. What kind of computer are you using, and what operation system are you using?
Dude, I don't even want to get into this. I'm running Windows on a Mac.
Okay.
And let me reiterate. The DigiRig was connected to the computer for the last probably hour and a half. I could see the COM port number, everything.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Windows is like, no, it malfunctioned. And now I don't see it. It's just,
what you might have to do is your Windows program might have a bug or it's crashed somewhere. You might have to reinstall Windows and start from scratch.
I literally just installed it 2 hours ago.
You might have to reinstall Windows is not the right answer.
Yeah.
Not happening.
It sounds like RFI, but
or power setting.
Nothing. It's sitting here on receive.
Windows power.
Thing might work.
You probably just put the sound card to sleep, and now it can't find it.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
I do want to say something though, because I tell Mike this every time. Because hi, Mike, this is Mike. Whiskey Alpha 9, Papa India Echo, Hammer Radio Deluxe.
Yes.
Love your work, bud. And if anybody.
We've exchanged many pleasantries over email.
I can't even tell you how much I love the videos he does on Sad Hams. I mean, it is absolutely epic. And it describes most every day of my life. And so I am so glad. I am so grateful, because I was feeling really bad one day about, kind of people being grumpy. And then I found his page on this, and it just gave me a completely new perspective. Thank you, bud.
You bet, buddy. Thank you.
I got this. I wonder if you change a different COM port, would that work?
I don't know that we're live troubleshooting right now. I think he's just venting right now. It's kind of like wife tells me.
This is people not listening, because I just said I had the COM port, and now it doesn't see it.
Remember,
there was no other program jumped up and grabbed the COM port, did it?
There's literally 3 programs. There's one program on this computer, WinLink Express. That's it.
So normally these chats are, how can we help you to get to where you're going? But I feel like Mike is looking for I understand, Mike. I get where you're coming from. That sounds really frustrating.
Thank you.
Mike needs a hug.
I was sitting here all quiet, frustrated. No, we're not troubleshooting. I'm not trying to hear a million people shout out, have you logged off and logged back in?
I saw this.
Clearly, nobody's listening, because I've already said what I'm doing.
Have you tried to factory
reset from any of you?
I saw this on TikTok the other day. This TikTok thing and I had to give it to my oldest daughter, because she's the same kind of mom. But this mom in the Home Depot, the kid's like 3 years old, throwing a fit, and he throws himself on the floor, and she gets down on the floor and she says, I know you're having a lot of really big feelings right now. And so I figure, Mike, just, understand we're right there with you, bud.
No, you're not. Because you guys know what you're doing.
I think we should let Mike feel his feelings as long as he needs to feel them.
That's right. That's right, Mark. Mark is from it. That is a comment from experience. That is what that is right there.
Is it Stan Milhouse? Is that Milhouse's dad? When he was he like did a song with some girl, and it was like, "Can I borrow a feeling?"
Hey, let's just get Die Hard involved in this.
Can I cede my time to have the internet continue to piss off Mike?
Yeah, the chats are rolling right now.
For fails. I mean, anytime I bring up anything I'm trying to do on a computer, but I've been trying to do this like all freaking week, and it's just the way my life goes, boys.
I almost want to do. I have a Mac I can boot camp. I might have to try this. Maybe you just found a problem with boot camp that just doesn't correlate well. It's possible. That's totally possible.
I don't think that's the case.
Oh, you don't think that's
like literally everything worked like.
So
I ran boot camp for 5 years and never had it fail that way.
I hate to ask this. Are you doing VARA HF? Please tell me.
No, I'm just trying to do Packet.
Oh, you're just trying to do VHF Packet?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm starting at the bottom. We all start at 0, boys.
Wait.
Have you tried giving up?
Wait.
Have you tried a factory reset?
Hold on. Mike, do you have a packet radio you're connecting to?
It's in my 818. Hooked up to a digi-rig.
That's not going to that'll do VARA FM. It won't do packet.
Well, I got my WOAD Android thing to key it up and send a packet.
No, you didn't, because that's not.
Well, nothing got. I mean, it transmitted a. You know, it did something.
So an 818 is an 818 is like a traditional. I would call that a traditional just audio thing. You almost have to feed it through an AX25 device, like a Direwolf or something like that.
TNC.
A TNC. Yeah, a TNC is where we're going. Like a physical
I also
TNC.
don't know what any of that stuff is.
Okay, so what you need to do.
We don't need to get on this deep dive right
Mike,
now.
Mike, I'm just gonna say VARA FM. Go download VARA FM and do that on your radio. VARA FM with an 818 on WinLink.
I download when I opened WinLink Express and I opened a session. It's like you need to download. So I have VARA FM downloaded.
Okay.
But this other guy was like, use this thing called Sound Modem. I don't know. But
no.
that was for packet.
No. Oh, Sound Modem would. Okay, Sound Modem would probably do AX25. Okay, let me just tell you, bypass the packet right now and just go to VARA FM. Just do VARA FM tomorrow when you wake up.
Well, I can't, because it says USB device not recognized. The last USB device you connected to this computer malfunctioned and Windows does not recognize
Turn
it.
everything off and shut everything down, and then go to bed and wake up in the morning and try again.
It's the Windows trolls.
It's the old. Did you try rebooting it?
I know I did at least once. I'm doing it again now, and it's.
We might have to get Die Hard involved.
Did I have the radio set to packet, or FM?
No. Well, it would be set to digital because you want it to.
Oh, digital. Okay.
Digital or USB, depending on the radio, right?
Well, he's on an 818.
Okay,
Literally
right.
an 818. I didn't know you had an 818.
Yeah, I bought them like right when they announced they were.
Oh yeah, totally. Okay.
I mean, I literally just did a video putting the Armalock on the 818. I've done many videos with the 818.
Like, so here's my point of view. If you're on a computer, Windows computer, just do VARA FM. Do VARA FM or VARA HF. If you're on a mobile phone, like an Android phone or something like that, download Radio Mail or Radio Mail is for iOS. Otherwise, WOAD for
I already did the whole. I already did the whole WOAD thing.
And you couldn't. No, because you're not.
Failed miserably.
You can't do WOAD on the 818 without a TNC.
I don't know what a TNC is.
A terminal node controller.
I know what it stands for, but I don't know what it is.
It's a device you're missing, Mike. How about that?
Yeah, I'm not trying to buy another piece of hardware. So if this ain't working without
so you got to get VARA.
That ain't gonna happen for me.
Do VARA, dude. VARA FM.
I agree with Josh. It shut down, start in the morning.
So there's another thing.
Yeah, I'm so over this tonight.
Yeah. So there's another thing. As a software developer, as a software developer, we would have these sessions, as we would call them. And so what
interventions, if you will.
Yeah. So when you're doing software, you get to a point where you're like banging your head up against the wall, and we'd have something called a cardboard analyst. Have you ever heard of this? Anybody ever heard of this term? This is like old school.
I know what cardboard analyst is. Josh.
And there was in the office they used to have a cardboard Chewbacca. Literally a Chewbacca that you'd put up, and you would print out your code, and you'd go to Chewbacca, and you'd read the code to Chewbacca, and that's the cardboard analyst, is you reading your code out, and you always will find your problem when you read your code out in printed form in front of Chewbacca. Every time.
We called those Fagan inspections, but
yeah, the cardboard analyst is a real thing.
You had to sit down and read your code.
Yeah, you sit down and read your code.
I believe more recently it's referred to as gold fishing.
Is that what they call it now? Is that like if I have 1,000 lava lamps, I can have an encrypted wallet kind of thing, but times goldfish bowls?
Or cat.
I got a goldfish.
Okay, so Mike, Abandon all ye hope of packet right now. Just do VAR FM. Get VAR FM.
Hey, I got failure connecting with. I'm trying to do VAR and now it's not working.
I'd shut everything down. Shut it all down.
I got my COM port back.
Okay, there you go.
But that doesn't matter.
Don't host ham radio prep. Don't make post a ham radio prep.
Why I would not do that.
No, somebody else did. I just deleted it.
Hey, Mike.
Huh?
Do me a favor, like Josh said. Shut it down.
Shut her down, bud. Shut her down.
Breathe. Shut her down, because she's just going to keep getting more aggravated, and you're not going to get anything solved. So just shut her down. Start in the morning. If it doesn't work, kick the crap out of it and bring Die Hard involved.
No, Mike is actually the best when he gets on his second level. Like, so like when you go Super Saiyan, when he goes to his second level of anger, that's when Mike is actually he can lock in pretty hard. The JSA call video we did when after he read the manual and he was more frustrated by that and more angry than ever, he locked
the manual's
in hard,
terrible.
and we actually got him connected. Like it was amazing. So Angry Mike could actually be really effective. So maybe we haven't got him angry enough yet. It's really
so I've got a VARA FM session open.
Okay.
And I go to settings and
wait,
it says
hold on. Can I ask a very important question?
No.
In WinLink, you need to activate the VARA via WinLink. You do not activate the VARA on your own. You don't want to activate the VARA on your own. So
I wouldn't even know how to do that.
No, so you know how
I'm doing it all in WinLink Express.
Okay, so when you clicked activate a session and the session was VARA FM, it opened VARA FM?
Well, no, it just VARA FM WinLink session.
Okay,
yeah.
Good, perfect. So you got to bring up the VARA window and you have to tell it how to PTT your radio. No, the PTT is done in the WinLink side. In VARA, you got to point it to your audio adapter. So this is where you give it the mic and the speaker.
Well, the only thing under settings is VARA TNC setup, and it says virtual host. What the hell is virtual TNC host address? There's nothing to select a DigiRig.
On the VARA FM side?
It won't say DigiRig.
The way to go.
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay, so then go back to the WinLink session side of it and do the radio setup.
Oh, that part's already done.
Well, then give it a shot.
Oh, hang on. 3.
Why don't we just give him a 6-pack?
While there's a break in the action, I'm going to say goodnight, and thanks for having me on, Josh.
Thank you, Michael.
Good to hang with you guys. Hope to see you in Orlando soon.
We will be there, buddy. Mike and I will come by and say hello. I can guarantee.
Awesome. All right. We'll see you guys.
See ya.
Yeah,
take care.
Easy, Mike. See ya.
Bye.
Later, brother. 73.
Everybody's telling me about thinking spring rolls. Yeah, a little bit, I guess. Yeah, thinking spring rolls a little bit.
Talk him through it, Josh. Talk him through it.
Well, I don't know where he's at right now. I'm gonna have to. I didn't get him too, Michael. I think we did not get our contact completed. We did not, sadly.
Oh, trust me, I'm gonna have fun trying to hook an ATOS 120 on a semi truck. Imagine how that's gonna go down.
Oh no, that's easy.
Hopefully it goes up.
Like easy. It goes up. Yes, it does go up.
It'll go up. It'll go down.
Well, I'm not worried about the up and down. It's getting the ground plane and radio and ground wires hooked up to this thing because this truck's made of pure plastic.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, you might have your own problems there.
Oh, yeah, like I said, I'm not worried about the antenna. As long as I hook it to a Yahoo radio, it'll go up and down, no problem. It's just like, where's the ground wire going to go? I might just stick it in my ear. That might work.
All right, I'm going to stop transmitting here for a second. I'm going to try and get all this VARA stuff going. So, okay. WinLink. Let's go.
Magic, Josh.
Well, we'll see. We'll see about magic.
But no, my plans are to put a 991A in this truck.
Oh, of course, this thing wants to update itself. That's the other problem with WinLink is it's like, oh no, I want to do all the updates. Oh my.
Well, I've got one more jab for Murder Mike over there.
Okay.
If anybody knows the reference, Mike, can you form a rudimentary lathe? No. Galaxy Quest? Anyhow. Nope. Real quick over to our trucker friend. To grow your community, provide value. I can tell you jump into these conversations, you like to help, which is great. If you can find a way to help your fellow truckers, they'll come to you. You won't have to go track them down.
Thank you, sir. I will do that.
And if you can donate $1, you can donate $5.
I'll think about that one.
I love you guys, but I'm going to get out of here for tonight. Have a great night, everyone.
All right, see ya.
You're leaving, Mark?
I am, Don. Did you need me? I could hang out.
I was just going to say, my Boondock Echo arrived this week.
Hey, did I hear Boondock Echo?
Did I hear Boondock Echo? Did you get one, Don?
Yeah, I did.
You
said you were down to 11, I think, and so I said,
yeah, I think
okay,
we're down to
yeah,
we're down to 6. Hit me up on Discord, and I'll walk you through the setup, and we can put you on the brand new, the latest, greatest transcription software is coming out this week, and I'll walk you.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
All right, guys. Night.
All right, see you, Mark.
Night,
Take
Mark.
it easy.
No, Mark.
Boing.
Thank you, Mark, for the
All right,
information.
Mike, are you there? Mike, get off mute. Are you still there?
Yeah.
There he's there.
I already saw what you're doing, and yours is already different than mine. But
So you don't see a radio setup window like this one?
nope.
Under settings, you do not see a radio setup?
Only have VARA TNC set up. I don't have the other options that you do in that settings window. I don't see radio setup. I don't see auto communicate. I got nothing.
That might be part of your problem there, bud.
Are you starting to see where my frustration comes from?
I think that might...
Because every video I watch, there's like, well, how come you got something different on your software?
Because I'm just using a Windows computer. I'm not using something complicated.
Yeah, but Josh, why are you running VARA TNC? I thought, or VARA HF? I thought you were going to run VARA FM.
I am on FM. Okay, crap. HF. Sorry, I did select it. Hold on.
Oops.
No, that's
maybe that's why it looks different, Mike.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, here we go. And
he's already screwing it up.
All right, there we go. Here we go. Wait. What's this? What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Why is it on the top of the screen? Oh, that's why. All right, there we go. Okay, so I've got two windows here, right? I've got my session on the right-hand side, and I have my
Did
VARA
you
window.
open that thing with the meters on it? What is that?
That's the VARA window. You have to have that open to set this up.
You got to open that first?
No, it is opened by WinLink. That's what I was saying in the
all right.
in the drop-down window. Do you have this window?
I have that program on the computer, yes, VARA FM.
No. But when you open a WinLink VARA FM session, it should open. Are you getting that?
No.
Okay, that's a problem, right? That won't work otherwise. It won't work.
Yes.
Right? So okay, when you install VARA FM, okay, how do you get them to line up? You have to point it. All right, hold on. God damn it.
Yeah, you gotta point it, Josh.
Yeah, so under the drop down, you do see VARA FM WinLink, right? When you go to the drop down.
That's selected. That's the session that's selected.
And then you hit open session.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the WinLink window, which is this guy.
Yes.
And I get a second window, which is this guy.
I do not get a second window.
Not. And it's not opening. The application's not working?
I opened it earlier, but it wasn't doing it before anyway, so let me close this again.
But it needs to be opened by the session, otherwise I don't think it'll work correctly.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I just opened it, and The program's running, but the window doesn't pop up. But I can click on it in the toolbar.
Let's try setting it.
I got it.
Let's try setting it. So go to settings and then go to VARA setup. In this case, there's probably not a lot you'll have to do other than no, you won't. You should not have to do anything.
Call sign, doesn't it?
No, under VARA settings, VARA setup, you should not have to do that.
All right.
The only thing you have to put the call sign is you have the registration key. Did you pay for the software yet?
Oh, you got to pay for it?
If you want the fast mode, yeah.
No, I just want it to work.
Okay, good. All right, so then go to the sound card settings, and you need to point it to the sound card, so the digi rig that you have set up.
Nope, it's already pointing there.
It's already pointing there. Okay.
Now, do I need channel left or right or left and right?
Both channels.
Both. Yeah, do both for now.
All right.
And then go back to your VARA screen, so this guy, and go to Settings, VARA TNC Setup. So right here, see how it says VARA FM modem location? Is that should be pointing to the directory for your VARA FM?
Yep.
It is?
See VARA FM/VARA FM.exe.
No, I mean, but your location might vary.
Well, that's what's in here.
Well, but see, is the checkbox automatically launch VARA FM TNC when the session is opened?
Yes.
Okay. The fact that
so when I closed everything, it did.
Oh, it did.
It's just the window didn't show up on the screen, but it opened in the toolbar.
Okay.
And now I'm looking at that meter thing. Yeah, I mean it's like everything looks like it's set up.
Everything.
And then you hit update. It looks exactly like yours. So now I just hit update and it reopened, or it closed real quick and it reopened everything.
Mike, you did put it on both channels, right?
Yeah.
All right, so then go back to the VARA FM app and hit PTT under settings.
Yep, I'm there.
And so you're going to have to set this to the radio PTT. So COM, I'm likely assuming COM.
Yeah.
And then you have to select the appropriate COM port.
I got the COM port. Do we want RTS, DTR, or both?
You have to try all of them, but you can start with RTS.
I would put both on Mike if it was me. Just get it going.
Done.
Yeah, just get it going. Yeah, do them both. There you go, bud. Do them both.
And then
you hit. So then you go to channel select back on your local.
Yeah, I've already got that set.
Do you have a local channel? How close are they?
It's the local one here in Huntsville. It says 20 kilometers. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and hit.
Like
start.
I don't even care if I actually get it. If my radio just sends something,
I'm
monitoring on my other radio.
Yeah.
So I can at least hear the packet.
All right, hit start.
I'm hearing other packets being transmitted from other people, but
go ahead, hit start.
It's not going to work. Hang on. Hold on to your butts.
I'll pray for you.
A valid call sign must be specified for the station you're calling. Well, what the hell?
Okay.
Right, hang on.
So then go
hang
back.
Hang on.
Okay. Oh, that's a WinLink thing. So that's the main window. So that's when you got to go to settings, WinLink Express setup at the very top.
Failure
go back
connecting.
to WinLink settings.
Hang on. No, hang on. It just did something.
Is it transmitting?
Yeah, hang on.
Well,
it said failure to connect, so I assume it didn't hit the. I mean, I've just got the 818.
Is your call sign set up in the WinLink setup?
Yeah. I did all that. It will not let you go through without putting that in. So it said calling W5HVL-11, connect K8 MRD, W5HVL-11, failure connecting. So this is a 70 centimeter one, and I'm inside, and I'm just using the 818's rubber duck. So that could be why, but hang on. Let me hit start again.
Wait, did it transmit?
I think so.
Oh, good. Okay.
It did transmit, Josh?
Yes.
Hang on. Let's hit start.
I'm going to go ahead and get all
Spring rolls.
HF.
Spring
rolls.
spring rolls.
I think it usually tries like 10 times or something before it gives up.
No, it only tried once, but it transmitted.
I like how we weren't going to get into this tonight.
Yeah.
That's why I've been spending like 2 days doing this, because I'm too stubborn.
Hey, we're making progress here. At least it's transmitting now.
Yeah,
and
but Josh is missing out on a lot of spring rolls.
Yeah, go get your spring rolls, Josh.
No, I gotta.
It just transmitted.
All right, when we got some good spring rolls.
Well, I mean, nothing happened. It didn't connect to anything.
But it's transmitting.
It did something.
Did something. It's progress.
It went. I mean, I'm just interfering with my ear monitor.
I heard a buzz. I did hear a buzz.
That was something, and then it says failure to connecting with station.
Because the other station didn't answer, which is probably true.
Because I'm inside a house with the 818 rubber duck.
Yeah, well, we're making progress here. At least it's how it's transmitting. It's doing.
But there's a 2-meter one that, if you just heard that packet, that's the 2-meter one on 145030. But I can't do packet with this apparently, so I have to do this VARA, and the VARA one is only 70 centimeters, and 70 centimeters is not very good. And then the next one is 56 kilometers away.
Can we link this up to All Star and do a piggyback?
No. He wants to do it from his. He wants to do it from his station. He wants to.
But you did say it's transmit, Mike. Like it's making the tone for transmitting.
Well, I'm not. Well, the volume's down too because I got my. Hang on, let me take one of my monitors out. Let's try it one more time. Why do you guys select the channel?
Spring rolls.
Everybody relax. I'll get my spring rolls on. Hold on. Now I want to also. I haven't set up WinLink for the.
Oh, hang on. I need to be in digital, don't I?
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be in digital mode, Mike.
May have been on FM.
This is basically just group therapy at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that sounds like a good phone.
The channel appears to be busy.
Oh, okay, that's good. It's listening too.
It's working, Mike. That means it's working. We got some progress here.
How does it know a channel is busy?
It hears the tones from the other senders. And actually, it could be your squelch setting, because if you've got the squelch all the way down so that it's like you're hearing hiss, it can interpret the hiss as busy channel 2. So you need your squelch up. So the only thing that it's breaking squelch is the tones coming from other computers.
Turn your squelch up about 12 o'clock on the radio.
But so how? I don't understand how. So is it saying the repeater I'm trying to hit is busy?
It could be.
How does it know that?
Because it's hearing tones from. It's hearing noise from, and it may not be the repeater. It may be somebody talking to the repeater, and it's hearing it. And when it does, it says, "Oh, yeah, I've detected that somebody else is using the channel. It's busy right now."
Right.
Well, I'm listening to it, and there's nothing there. Let's just do this again. The hell?
Try transmitting on again, Mike.
I'm transmitting right now. Failure connecting.
Oh my God, it's working. On my side, it's working. Holy crap.
And
touch there.
Is that what it's supposed to sound like?
But damn, Josh, you've got that AGCT too high.
Are you hearing that?
Yeah, we're hearing that. That's the sound you want.
What do you mean?
That's what it's supposed to sound like?
Would you prefer bagpipes?
That thing next to the MED.
The MED? What are you talking about?
Oh boy.
So you see the 1, 2, 3, 4th.
Don't steal Josh away from me, Don.
All right.
What are you trying to do? I asked a question twice. I didn't get an answer. Did you guys hear that? And is that what it's supposed to sound like?
No.
That's what it's supposed to sound like. Yes, Mike. That's the sound you want.
Kinda.
We got progress.
Kinda.
The problem is, Josh, we're listening through Mike's speakers. And
so it sounds really.
No, I transmitted, and I've got my 8800
it sounds like somebody blowing up a helium balloon.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound like, because the other times when I was transmitting with WOAD, it sounded like an APRS packet.
Yeah, no, because it. Okay, yes.
Or because this is Vara.
Yes, Vara is going to be a
like
very
BB-76.
aggressive and spicy mode. Because it's very
All right.
fast. It's very fast.
I mean, if that's what it sounds like, then it works. I just can't hit it. So,
all right, Don, what are you saying? Where do I have the? What do I have?
So now we got to try Vara HF.
Next, we'll do that next.
That's a lot of fun. So where your MED is down there in that the box right above the equalizer, right?
Yes.
And,
okay.
And then
wait,
that
MED.
line,
Where does MED? What are you talking about?
it's in that
MED,
box.
med. Got it. Yeah.
Right. Okay, the slider next to that should be lower down. That's your AGCT, not the MED, not that. The slider next to it. Yeah, it should be about there when you're. Yeah, you just slid it. I'm watching you slide it.
Oh, you did. I just did slid. Okay, I slid it. I done slid it. Got it.
Yes, and it should be closer to the MED, maybe about 30%.
Okay,
now that's a generalization because you really should be listening when you said it, but you haven't learned to set it. But I noticed when you were doing
no,
FT8
I did
earlier,
because I was told I was told that
All
you click the antenna button and then you adjust this by the antenna slider, and then once you figured that out, then you go in and you adjust this. And so I was tuning that for ear off of this.
Off the antenna slider.
Yeah, so you have to set you have to click the antenna button and then adjust that first. You do that, the one above my head.
Oh, that's gain.
Yeah, but you got to do that first. I was told you have to do that first.
Who told you that?
The Flex Radio guys.
Okay, because I went through their whole tutorial. They never mentioned that button or the adjusting the gain.
They don't know what you're talking about.
Have you ever done it that way, Tim?
No.
Yeah, I've never adjusted. Now, I've adjusted the gain, but not completely independently of my AGCT.
All right, so I'm going to adjust for med. I'm getting closer to med here.
Yeah, for the med, Josh.
And you should, when you get close enough, you should hear this. All of a sudden, it dips down. The sound dips down, and you want to be right at the top of the dip.
We gotta wait for this to all sort itself out because the step IR is tuning up.
Okay.
All right, we're locked in here. We're locked in, boys. Here we go. Let's see if this works.
Fingers crossed, time.
Josh, why aren't you running the Mac version of the Smart SDR? It is a superior program.
Because I'm streaming on the Windows.
Yeah. He does run it. It's just
yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Not on stream, yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I appreciate the fact that you don't have to run a bunch of third-party software to get the thing to work.
I celebrate the entire platform of operating systems. I think I have Flex on every setup that you can have it on. All right, so we didn't make a contact there. So we got to go to the next one. Yes, sir.
If I give it a Mountain Dew, you think it will work?
Depends. Is it a Baja Blast? Hell yeah, bud.
That's what I'm talking about, because that's what I'm drinking right now. Is Baja Blast.
Are you drinking a Baja Blast right now? That is the ham radio beverage of choice, the Baja Blast.
I wish to complain.
That's what I'm drinking right now, Josh. It's Baja Blast.
Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. God bless.
Josh, I think you can see me on the live stream today drinking a Baja Blast.
Are you really? Dude, that is the bet. Like, I cannot... Look, I'm not a big soda guy. I used to be. I was a big Coca-Cola Classic. Loved me like a proper Coke. Not a diet, not anything like that. But I lived my entire life for many years with no Baja Blast outside of Taco Bell. And I rolled into you'd call it a Kroger, depending on where you're at, but a Rouse. And they had a whole case of Baja Blast. I was like, you son of a bitch. And that, buddy, it's not the same. It's not the same. I will say it's not the same.
I prefer the Taco Bell.
Oh, Baja Blast. Taco Bell Baja Blast is the best. There's no question.
That's the one I'm drinking right now. It's a Taco
Bell.
My,
don't even start with it.
I just got one thing to say, Josh. Listen to this. Oh, that's so good.
I wish to complain we don't get this in the UK.
Oh, dude, it's.
Don't complain. It's better that way.
You have better beer in the UK. It'll be okay.
Hey, it's better than sometimes.
Nectar of the gods.
Yeah, but they also have beans and toast, and nobody would do that.
Well, beans on toast is.
And they don't have biscuits and gravy. Now, how the hell do you get along without biscuits and gravy?
I will say there's nothing.
No kidding.
There's nothing that brings me more joy than watching a British person that comes to America have biscuits and gravy for the first time, because it is like the videos that exist on that.
Mm-hmm.
They're calling them scones. They don't open them up. Like, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're eating biscuits and gravy and you don't open up the biscuit, you're already doing it wrong. Like, if you're just pouring the gravy on top of the biscuit, the whole thing, that's not going to work. It's not going to work for you guys. You got to open that biscuit up.
Do you know what?
Don't forget the banana blast, too.
Do you know what, Josh?
They got shiz on the shingle there, and that's all that really matters.
Do you know what? Rob has been trying to make it ever since he come back from America. He's been trying to make me biscuits and gravy, and we can't even find the right flour.
Oh, that's true.
You don't even need like a complicated flour for it. You got to make a roux out of the sauce. So you got to cook the sausage in the pan, right?
It's the flour for the biscuits. We can't find the right. You have completely different flour to we have over here.
That is true. Yes.
You don't just have bread flour?
Yeah, that type of flour that we use for our biscuits, they don't have.
I'm not going to say it's going to be the same necessarily, but they can definitely get close with the bread flour. Bread flour is going to be fine.
No, it doesn't work. We've tried it. It just comes out like a scone with gravy on it. It just doesn't work.
Well, but a scone is basically the same thing as a biscuit out here.
No, a scone is sweet.
No, you're telling me that his flour added sweetness arbitrarily to the argument?
I'm going by what Rob said, because he is my, American.
Yeah.
And he says this just isn't right. He said it's good, it tastes okay, it's as I made it, but it's not a biscuit.
Well, Rob? Did you like it though?
It was fine. I mean, it was fine. It was different, but it was fine.
You said fine. See, that's not what I expect.
But the trouble is, to judge something properly, you've got to try it several times from different places. You can't just go on one thing,
Okay.
Fine is dismissive. It's British for dismissive.
Yeah.
Does
no,
anybody
believe me, if I didn't like it, you would know. It would be dripping down the wall.
Does anybody else watch Dawn Farmer? Probably don't even know who that is, but that's some girl on she's on, I think, Instagram or whatever, but she's British, and she's just all into everything American, and she just came back from Texas. But anyway, she's the one that I saw where she was talking about, well, we don't do biscuits and gravy, and then there's those two kids that come over all the time too, and I think one of them's name's Josh too. But
definitely
anyway,
a Josh. It has to be a Josh.
Yeah, and of course they try Buc-ee's, and they've never quite experienced anything quite like Buc-ee's. And I'm not talking about like going into the gas station. I'm talking about the food that they get there. But and then those two kids from UK. They come back, and then they go to UK schools with these kids that are in school, and they give them these same things. Like, hey, have you ever tried biscuits and gravy? And it really was funny watching them, because they thought it was the grossest thing they'd ever seen. But then when they tried it. Yeah, and then they're like, wow.
Man, you see me when they eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich overseas. That's a funny watch.
Mm-hmm.
So, explanation on the flour. During the panoramic, I watched this food geek guy from Nordic country. Couldn't even tell you where he's at, but the flour that you use changes the hydration levels in your bread.
Sure.
So, all-purpose flour is not bread flour, is not whatever flour. They're
correct.
So different. So I could see how it wouldn't make a proper biscuit like what we would think of at Hardee's or whatever.
No, but it's got to be close. That's the thing.
Yeah, they end up too cakey here. They end up too much like an actual cake.
Because he's kneading the crap out of it.
Described it.
I'll tell you what the problem is.
Yeah, we're doing all the right things as he was
shown. No, a biscuit has very little kneading. That's the thing. There's an emulsification of the liquid and the solids, and then once that happens, you don't touch it. So yes, I'm not disagreeing with you that it's kind of a skill. I'm not questioning that. But the bread factor, I'm telling you, if you put country gravy on an English muffin or a scone, even that is a savory treat. It doesn't matter how you made it. Even if it was a little bit sweet, I wouldn't care if you put country gravy on it. It's the country gravy that I'm curious about. Is how did he produce that?
Man, you make me hungry, Josh.
And I'd have to ask him. He's gone to bed, but I have to go with what you know. But we'll get there. I'll get some strong bread flour. We'll try that.
Well, okay. Wait, hold on. I got it because I got to head it on a little bit, and this is a very important point to me. So the trick for country gravy is you got to cook the sausage in the pan you're making the gravy in, right? And you gotta let all that liquid out of the sausage, and it's gotta almost burn almost in the sausage. It's not gonna burn, but that caramelization, the Maillard effect that's gonna happen in the skillet as you're cooking the sausage. When the sausage is done, you remove the sausage. You might want to take one and chop it up real fine. Put it back in, and then you got to deglaze that pan, and then that's what you got to build that base of the gravy off of, right? So if you're talking about down south, you got to make a roux. You got to build roux out of that as you're deglazing it. It's a little bit of water and the flour. Now your flour is going to vary with how good it absorbs water, but the point is you got to use that liquid to break up all that burnt stuff, all that stuff that's in the pan. You got to break that all up, and it's got to be a part of that gravy. And then you start adding more liquid and more of the flour into that to get you to the consistency you're looking for. But you got to do that. That's actually the biscuit's important, but the gravy is so important.
Yeah.
That was the other thing that we can't find. They're two extremes. You got the flour you would use to make a roux with is normally extremely fine, and we would use a particular flours I've forgotten the name of.
Yeah, you're just making excuses.
And you just can't find it. But I will come over there one day, and then I'll Dawn will witness.
No, but I mean, the thing is, we're talking about diners that whip this stuff out with no complexity at all. Right, and so it's not that they're using some kind of special flour; it's that their water to flour ratio is correct, right? So it doesn't matter if you have thick flour or thin flour.
Is wheat based, and most of your flour is rye based. It's completely different.
No,
it's still wheat.
It's still wheat.
And you don't use flour, or you don't use water. You use milk.
Oh yeah, milk. Yeah, sure. Yes, absolutely. In the podcast, I'll have Leia in our SWAT team podcast that we're going to record in about an hour here.
Oh yeah.
I will have her explain the proper way to make country gravy, because she makes it insane country gravy.
See, I don't even we take the sausage and just roll it up, and we just break it all up. We cook it like hamburger meat.
Oh, yeah. See, that's another way to do it, too, because that's the best way to get all those juices out of the sausage that needs to get into the gravy. That's perfect,
You put the flour over the top of all this ground meat, and you just cook that until it's all brown, like you over-fried it a little bit, and it's super done.
Oh, you brown the flour, the dry flour on the drippings.
Yes, and then you put the milk in there slowly. You don't want to put cold milk into a hot dish. Right. You want to get it slowly added to it.
Someone's put something in the live
scrape
stream.
The pan and get all of those little bits off the pan that have kind of burned on there, and that adds all the flavor right there.
There it is. Somebody said it. It's the fond.
Why don't we just send him some flour and we can end this?
Anyway,
so Mike, did you? Mike KMRD. Sorry.
Somebody's put. Hang on, I'll just finish. Somebody's put something in the live stream chat that explains it better. Anyway, carry on, Mike.
Mike KMRD, did you add flour to your radio situation to improve the Vara situation?
I'm about to add some lead. I'm trying to mess with Vara HF now.
Okay.
And I can either get my radio to just always key up or not key up at all. And I don't know what settings to use, and nothing's working. And
okay, well I have to go, but we can chat tomorrow.
Quick question: Why does it say when you hit start? Why does it say calling the station, and nothing's happening? Like, is that trying to call a station on the internet, or is that trying to tell the radio to do something?
No. So you have to select a station to call for WinLink.
Yeah, I got all that done.
Yeah, so that's what it's doing. It's trying to call that station.
But it's not transmitting. Okay, so that's just part of it.
Well, so you got another problem. Yeah.
I got all kinds of problems, buddy.
All right. Well.
All right. Whatever.
Let me wake up in the morning.
Give me a call tomorrow if you got time.
I got a shed to clean out, but I'll call you before I start that whole debacle.
Yeah. Get off the shed.
No, I need it cleaned out, man. I need all this. I need the space.
Speaking of lead, Mike got to let a little lead fly while he was down here at my property too.
Oh, you got a gun range too? Jeez.
No, I don't. But it's apparently nobody cares because it's night and day. I hear gunshots out here.
You got a pile of dirt I could shoot my pistol in, and to me, that's a gun range.
Yep.
Hey, Mike.
What?
All right.
You want to work on this some more, or what do you want to do? 'Cause I'm gonna be up for a while.
I mean, I'll spend like another 5 minutes on it, but I'm done.
All right. Everybody, I got to head out of here and join the family. Everybody, take it easy on the Discord. We'll be back next week. This is the 1 week before the Christmas light. I'm going to do the Christmas light between Christmas and New Year's. So it'll be 2 weekends from now. So I'll be preparing Christmas lights basically starting tomorrow, among getting the shed in order. So I will talk to you soon, okay? Thank you so much for watching.
Enjoy the spring rolls.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you. Appreciate that.
All
right.
They have oysters. PMs before the podcast. I dropped her a request.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear the question about the podcast. What was that?
Have Leia read her PMs on Discord before the podcast.
I will try to remember that. Remember, if it's not in an email, she will not. She doesn't care. So, all right.
73, Josh. We'll catch you next time.
Take it easy. See you.
70.
All right, we're heading out over here. Sorry for having to. Well, I mean it's 9 o'clock, so not that I'm not cutting out that early. Actually, it's about the same time. But anyway, take it easy, guys. See ya.